Welcome to today's yoga practice. So we're going to work on the bum today, a little bit of strengthening for it and a little bit of stretching. So we'll be working on other parts of the body as well, bringing some shoulders, some hamstrings, a little bit of everything, but primarily focusing on the bum. So we're going to start, soles the feet together and have your feet out in front of you. So you've got kind of a diamond shape between your legs. And we'll just do this yin style, so as long as you've got no back issues, no kind of herniated discs, then you can allow your back to round as you come forwards. If you do have any problems with the discs in your back, you might be better off keeping your back flat. So just come forwards to your own degree. You know, we're all very individual. You might just come forwards a little bit, you might be able to come in a little bit deeper. And then wherever you come, just closing the eyes. Softening through the face and the shoulders. And taking a few moments to begin to connect to your breath. Just find yourself in stillness. Draw your awareness inside. So just for the duration of the time that you're on your mat, letting go of the outside world, letting go of everything that you have going on, and coming to this space inside you. The space that whatever's going on outside, there's this place of peace and stillness inside. And just linking into that. Couple more breaths. And then as you inhale, nice and gently bring yourself back through to upright. So soften down through the shoulders, and then we're simply going to find some movement through the spine. So we'll just start to circle the spine. First taking it one way. Now we'll take it back in the other direction. And then come back through to centre. Bring the feet in a little closer to you. And then you can hook the first two fingers, fingers around the big toes. And then a little bit of cat and cow here. Inhale, lift up through the heart. Take the chin up. And then as you exhale, round the spine, tilt the pelvis back, chin to chest. Inhale, the pelvis will tilt forwards, lift up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Couple more. And come back through to a flat back. Drop the chin down towards the chest and just roll your right ear over towards your right shoulder. Have a couple of breaths there. Both shoulders just relaxing down. Stretching out through the neck. Bring the chin back in towards the chest. Other side, left ear to left shoulder. Right shoulder stays relaxed. Bring the chin back in towards the chest, and as you inhale, bring the head back up. Okay, we're going to come over onto all fours. pad under the knees if you need it, find some space between your fingers. And then we're going to extend the right leg out. Press out through the sole of the foot, take your left arm out in front of you. Couple of breaths there. Strong now through the core, tone the pelvic floor, tone the lower abdomen. And then bring your left hand back down onto your mat, bend your right knee, and we're going to start to pulse that right leg. Keep going. And do 5 more. And then bring your right knee back down onto the mat and then take it out to the side. So we're going to move out to the side and back. Inhale, take it out. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale out. Exhale back. Keep going. Two more. Come back onto all fours. Okay, let's do the other side. Extend the left leg out in front of you, right arm out in front. Sorry, left leg out behind you, right arm out in front. Keep long in the back of the neck. One more breath. Bring the right hand back down, bend the left knee, and then we'll start to pulse that left leg. Keeping going. 5 more. Bring the left knee back down onto your mat. Again, you've got that toning of the pelvic floor and the core, and we'll start to go out to the side. So mindful with your movement. Just paying attention to your own body. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Come back. Child's pose. Hips back on the heels. Creep your arms out in front. Couple of breaths there. And then from there, as you inhale, come back up onto all fours and lie yourself all the way down onto your mat. So arms are alongside you, chin is down on the mat. As you inhale, lift up your right leg, but keep your right hip point down on the mat. Couple of breaths, engaging the glutes, the hamstring. You're not squeezing the glute as hard as you can, but some engagement there. You can feel it. Put your hand on it, you can feel it working. One more breath. Bring the right leg down. We'll do the same on the other side. Left leg lifts. Again, put your hand on it, check it's working. Keep the shoulders and the face soft. One more breath. Left leg comes back down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Find a gentle cobra. Reach up through the crown of the head. Just come up to your own degree. We're only warming up, so nothing too full on. And then as you exhale, come back down, bring your left forearm in front of you and bend up your right leg. We're going to take a hold of the right foot with the right hand. If you can turn, let me turn around this way to show you. If you can turn your fingers to face forwards, so you roll your shoulder in, then that's what we'll do. But if not, you just hold on to the foot wherever you comfortably can. Couple of breaths here, keep reaching up through the crown of the head. And then come through to the other side. Right forearm in front of you will bend up the left leg, same thing. You're drawing your left foot down towards your outer left hip. Shoulders stay soft. And then release the left foot back down. Hands under the shoulders. We'll press up to plank and find our way into downwards facing dog. So I'm going to turn back to face this way and then start to pad out your feet. Draw down through one heel at a time. And then as you inhale, float your right leg up towards the ceiling. Bend your right knee, stack your right hip on top of your left. Just a moment or two there. Right knee reaches up. And then step your right foot to the outside of your right hand and have a couple of breaths there, lizard. Now we are only warming up, so you're welcome to stay here. If you do have the flexibility and want to come down onto your forearms, you can. Keep the chest open, spine long. Back up onto your hands, we'll step it back, downwards facing dog. We'll work with the other side, so the left leg floats up, bend the knee, stack your left hip on top of your right, left knee points up towards the ceiling. And then we'll square it off, step your left foot through to the outside of your left hand. So again, you've got the option to stay there or you can drop down onto your forearms. Keep breathing. Come back up onto your hands, we'll step it back, downwards facing dog. Okay, take your feet out a little wider than hip width. We're going to hold on to the sides of our mat with our hands and then start to bend your knees. So come down into a squat here. Keep rolling through the spine. Maybe you straighten the legs and go to a wide-legged, wide-arm down dog. You can move between the two. What feels good? And then we'll come back, downwards facing dog. So starting to walk your feet in toward your hands. Come through into a forward fold. So if your hamstrings are tight, pop a bend in your knees, hook onto your opposite elbows. Crown of the head reaches down. And then release your arms and heel toe your feet in towards each other. We're going to bend the knees and sweep the arms up for Utkatasana, chair pose. Now you're welcome to stay in chair. You might be able to see if you can start to lift your right heel up towards your bum. A couple of breaths there. Squeeze the legs in towards each other. Other side, right foot comes down, left leg lifts. Again, you've got that squeeze in. Left foot comes down. And then from there, clasp the hands behind you and we'll forward fold. So a little bit of opening through the shoulders. Again, keep the knees bent if you need to. See if you can pop a little bit of weight through into the front of the feet. We'll bend the knees, come back through to your Utkatasana. And then pick up the left foot and step it back into a lunge. Adjust your feet if you need to, rest your arms if you need to. You can always drop the hands down towards the waist if that's better for you. Just having a few breaths here. Can you deepen the bend in your right knee? And then maybe we can take it to the horizontal. Or diagonal really, not horizontal. A couple more breaths. Squeeze in towards the midline. Take your left hand down underneath your shoulder, extend your right arm up towards the ceiling. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Press up through the left thigh. Bring the right hand down, we're going to step back into plank. And from there you can lower to the floor or you can come through into chaturanga. Inhale through to cobra or upwards facing dog. And then as you exhale, hips up and back, downwards facing dog. Couple of breaths. And then inhaling. You can walk, or this time if you wanted, you could jump the feet forward between the hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, find that forward fold. Couple of breaths here. And then heel toe the feet back together. We'll come back through to Utkatasana. So this time finding a twist. Hands through to the heart. Let's take the elbow to the left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. A couple of breaths there. Extend out through the crown of the head. Inhale through back to centre. Exhale through to the other side. Right elbow, left thigh. Tailbone lengthens out behind you. Crown of the head in front. Inhale, come back through to Utkatasana, pick up the right foot, step it back into a lunge. So you get tired, you can always straighten the left leg a moment or two and then come back in. Just do what feels appropriate for you. Taking it to the diagonal. Right hand down, left arm lifts up. Expand, open through the chest. Press back out through the right heel. Left hand comes down, step back through to plank. So again, your choice. You can lower to the floor or you can move to chaturanga. Inhale through up dog or cobra. And then hips up and back. Downwards facing dog. Connecting through to your breath. Inhaling, floating the right leg up behind you. And this time keep your right hip point facing down. So we're not going to open the hip. Hip point stays down. And then you press up through the right leg just as much as you comfortably can. Going to bend the right knee, draw the thigh in towards the chest, press the ground away from you and step the right foot through between the hands. Come back through to that high lunge. And then we'll start to add in some movements. As you inhale, bring the hands to the heart, bring the left leg in front of you. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, bring it forwards. Exhale, take it back. A couple more. Okay, we're going to inhale, bring that leg forwards. And then you can either hold on to the shin and work there in your balance, or you can extend out the left leg. Reach up through the crown of the head. Couple more breaths. Okay, we're going to step it back into that high lunge. So bend the left knee, step the left foot back behind you, so on the ball of the back foot, and then from there take your hands to the floor. We're going to straighten the right leg to your own degree. So if you do need to keep that right knee bent, do. Square off the hips as much as you can and forward fold over your right leg. One more breath. Put the bend back in the right knee, step it back through to plank. You can move through a vinyasa or go straight to downwards dog if you prefer. Inhale, floating the left leg up. So again, keeping the hip point facing down. Right heel still draws down, left leg lifts. And then bring the knee through, thigh through towards the chest, press the ground away from you. Engaging through the core. Stepping the left foot through between the hands, coming up, finding that high lunge. So adding in the movement, inhale, right leg comes forwards. Exhale, we'll step it back. Inhale forwards. Exhale back. Couple more, just in your own time. So next time we come forwards, we'll stay there. And again, you can hold on to the shin, or you can hold the big toe and extend the leg. Couple more breaths. And then stepping nice and gently that right foot back into your high lunge. Okay, releasing the hands down either side of the left foot. You're on the ball of the back foot. You can straighten the left leg if that's an option. Keep the knee bent if it's not. You're folding forwards over your left leg. Couple more breaths, stretching out the back of that left leg. And then again, hands down, we'll step it back through into plank. Your choice, Vinyasa or down dog. Link through to your breath. Inhale, float the right leg up behind you. Exhale, step the right foot through between the hands. And then take your hands forwards and float your left leg up. So we come through to our Pavrita Ardha Chandrasana. Left hip stays facing down. You can stay here. You can take your right arm up towards the ceiling if that's an option. And you can take your gaze up as well. Roll open through the right shoulder. And then bring the right hand back down. Walk your hands in towards your right foot. So standing splits. We're going to lift the left leg as high as we can. You can hold on to your right shin with your right hand if you wish. Couple of breaths. And then take your right hand back down onto your mat. Take your hands a little bit further out in front of you. As you exhale, we're going to bend both knees. Tuck that left foot in behind the right heel. And then inhale back up. So exhale, bend the knees, come down and tuck. Inhale back up. 3 more. Perfect. And then inhale, lengthen the heart forwards. We're going to bend both knees. You're going to take your left knee behind your right and come into kind of somewhat of a curtsy. Now you could keep your hands down. If you've got your balance, you can float your arms out. And then nice and gently, we're going to come down through to seated. So if you've come down the way I have, you've got your left foot over by or left heel over by your right hip. I'm sorry, Neo. And you've got your left leg in front of you. Oh, sorry, left foot over to the left hand side of your left leg. So here we'll find a twist. If this isn't comfortable, straighten out your left leg. Both hip bones down on the mat, right hand behind you, lengthen up through the crown of the head. Right shoulder draws back. And then inhale, come back through to centre, hands down. We're just going to step it back. You can go straight to down dog. You can iron yourself out, working through a vinyasa. All meeting back in downwards facing dog. So we'll inhale, we'll float the left leg up. We'll bring the knee through. Step the left foot through between the hands, and then take your hands further forwards as we float the right leg up behind us, back through to Ardha Chandrasana. Now the easy thing to do here is open the right hip. You want to keep your right hip point facing down. Press out through the sole of the right foot. You can always take your hands to blocks if you need them, or bricks. Left arm up towards the ceiling. Roll open through the left shoulder. And then bring the left hand back down. Let's find our way into standing splits. Hands move in towards the left leg. Right leg, now open the hip. Let the right foot point up towards the ceiling. You can hold on to your left shin with your left hand if you want. And then take the hand back down to the ground, a little in front of the left foot, bend the knee, tuck the right foot in behind the left heel. And then inhale, extend up. Exhale to bring it down. Inhale to take it up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Do 2 more. Okay, so you want to lengthen the spine first. Walk the hands a little bit further out in front of you. Bend both knees. You're going to take your right knee behind your left leg. You can keep the hands down for support. You can float them up if that feels okay. And then we'll gently bring it down through to seated. So again, you have the option to straighten out that right leg if you wish. Lengthen the spine. Gently twist to your left hand side. Take 1 more breath. And then hands down. Step it back, plank, straight to down dog. Or moving through your vinyasa into your downwards facing dog. And then from there, as you inhale, float the right leg up, bend the knee, stack your right hip on top of your left. Keep the shoulders square, and we'll come through to pigeon. So bringing the right knee behind your right wrist, extending your left leg out behind you. Square off the hips as much as you can, and then as you exhale, folding forwards. Connecting to the breath. Keeping the spine long, keeping space in your chest. And then inhale. Walk the hands back in, so you come back through to upright. I'm going to roll over onto the right hip and come through into Gomukhasana. So you're going to bring your left knee on top of your right. Now again, if this doesn't work for you, keep that right leg straight and work from there. So you've got both sitting bones down on your mat. I'm going to take the right arm up towards the ceiling. Bend the elbow, take the right hand behind the shoulder or between the shoulder blades, and left hand to right elbow. Just gently draw that arm back. And if it's feeling okay, you can take your left hand behind you and hook onto your opposite fingers. Lengthen the spine as you inhale, and as you exhale, fold forwards. Couple more breaths. Inhale to come back through to upright, and we'll release it out. So from there, just releasing out the legs, you can step straight back to your down dog. Again, you have the option to move through a vinyasa. From down dog, inhale, float the left leg up, stack your left hip on top of your right. And we'll square it off. Bring the left knee behind the left wrist. Extend out your right leg. Just waiting a moment there. Lift up through the crown of the head, draw the heart space forwards. And as you exhale, folding forwards here. Keeping the hips square as much as you can. Keeping space in the chest. And then inhale. Come back up onto your hands. We'll roll onto the left hip. And just sweep the right leg forwards, right knee on top of the left. Again, straighten out the left leg if you need to. Extend your left arm up, bend the elbow, drop the hand between your shoulders, right hand to left elbow, maybe right hand behind you. Lengthen the spine as you inhale, as you exhale, keep the spine nice and long as you fold forward. One more breath. Inhale. Come back through to upright. As you exhale, release your arms and then just release out your legs. And from there, we're going to lower ourselves with control all the way down onto our mats. And so coming down onto your back. And then from there, I might sort it out. Oh, I've really unrolled it now. From there, bring your right knee in towards your chest. Draw the knee in, and then we're going to roll over onto the left hip and drop the right knee down to the floor. So if your knee doesn't come down, pop something underneath it for support. Soften the shoulders, and then your left leg, walk it back towards the midline of your mat. Now you might just stay there, you might be able to hold on to your left foot with your right hand. Those that have the flexibility to do so could straighten out their right leg and hold on to their right foot with their left hand. You can turn your gaze to the right if that feels okay. If not, you just keep your head looking where it's comfortable. Couple of breaths. Inhale, bring the head back through to centre. We're going to roll back over onto our back. Just realign yourself so everything is in line, and then draw the left knee in towards the chest. And take the left knee over to the right. Again, pop a cushion under there if you need to. Walk your right foot back towards the midline of the mat. The option is to hold on to your right foot with your left hand. Don't force this. You can hold on to your left foot with your right hand as well, again, if that feels okay. Just soften everywhere, no tension. Checking your shoulders, your face. Couple more breaths. Each exhale, you soften down, you let go. And then as you inhale, come back through to centre, just releasing the feet. Again, just realign yourself on your mat, and then bring the knees in towards the chest. Just have a little rock from side to side. And then straighten out your legs for your Shavasana. So if you want to stop me now, go and get a pillow, a blanket and some soft music. You could do that and have your Shavasana there. Otherwise, just lie yourself down. Close your eyes. Sink into your breath. Sink into your mat. Slowing the breath. And coming back into that stillness that we were seeking at the start of our class. Finding that place where whatever is happening on the outside, we are still soft and peaceful and still on the inside. Staying here, listening to your inner self, being present with your inner self for as long as you need to. See you next time. Namaste.